My name is Rhapsody, his name is Lollash, and welcome back to this run.
Yeah.
What are we going to call this run? I've been calling them kind of like straight up exact, like the version of the deck that we're running. So like the first was Wound and Exhaust, and then Dex and Poison and things like that.
You could call it like Double Clash.
I like that.
Double Clash.
Although for YouTube search sensibility, I do have to call it Double Tap Clash. I actually do want to make a point here as well, because there's always a very clever soul in the comments down below, and that is not a sarcastic way of saying that. I actually do mean a clever soul, who will point out, hey, you can just call it How to Slay the Spire. The reason we can't do that, or the reason I can't, is because I have to worry about YouTube search terms, and people aren't searching How to Slay the Spire. They're not looking for the most clever title. They're looking for how to beat or how to win or those kinds of things. So sometimes you have to give up a little bit of the cleverness in your titles to play the YouTube game.
So best we can manage here is 2 elites. I think we want to hit this late elite with the late shop so we can dump our gold before the final boss fight. Which means that we're going to be hitting this elite, which means we go through this early shop, which means we start down here. Agreed?
Scroll back up the left path for me. Because there's 2 question marks, then 2 rests, then another question mark and a rest. We could just skip all elites and go straight to Dono and Decker. Have 4 rests on this floor. And
get no relics? Do we even have 4 cards we want to upgrade? Like, what will we upgrade? Jax? Immolate?
Jax, Warcry, Immolate. Basically just Jax, Warcry, Immolate.
Rhapsody?
I mean, I usually hunt elites viciously.
Don't be a little bitch.
The amount of times I've been told by my comment section, hey, just stop fighting you're killing yourself against these elites. You don't need to do it. Oh, there we go. We don't even have 4 cards we want to upgrade. We do not need the armaments. Don't you dare.
I'm not going to... This is not... Like, we've spent so much upgrading. The reason armaments is so strong is it allows you to use campfires for things other than upgrading. Because we got so much healing in the deck and no campfire relics, like Shovel, armaments isn't useful in this deck. But in most situations, armaments is useful in a deck, which is why I like it a lot. But not in this deck.
I got a run coming up in one day where I lost all gold for a greater relic. Wow, what fucking game am I referring to? A rare relic, and it gave me Shovel on the first floor, first area. It's a good one. Yeah, I think it goes live tomorrow.
Campfire hunting. So, Metallichize. Armaments is out. Carnage, I don't think we have the energy to justify picking up an 18 damage 2 when our clashes are 18 damage 0. So Metallicize is the only potential choice. Do we want a second copy of Metallicize to bring us up to 8 potential block? For free, every turn.
No, not really. I mean, the way that we win with this deck is we blow things up. If we start defending with this deck, we are going to start having trouble.
Yeah, I think if we'd found 2 Metallicizers early on, it would have made a lot more sense, but on the 3rd floor, 8 block is starting to get into the negligible territory. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
No. I don't care what you say. Right. There's literally no argument.
I will... there is an argument, and the argument is that Dono and Decker start with 2 charges of artifacting on them, so they will negate our bag of marbles, and then they would negate the red mask. But then they would be completely free to effect as we will. I like Red Mask a lot. I really do. I think anything 200 or less, I would take it, but not 300. What do you think?
So, couple of choices here. We could, like, double tap a headbutt, pull Battle Trance, and double tap back to the top of the deck.
Can I pitch mine? Because I think you're going to agree with it. I think it's worth.
Yeah. Push cap.
Use the energy potion. Play Ghostly Armor, defend, Metallicize, then double tap clashes to the front line. We're completely protected against the back line, and the front line will take so much damage that we will be able to kill it next turn.
I think you're underestimating how much damage this is going to do, Rhapsody.
It's going to be 30... Yeah. Okay, fine, if we have another attack.
I think you are underestimating the amount of damage. I didn't do the math.
We gotta go ham.
Yeah, we got it. I didn't realize we had an energy potion. So Rupture v Pommel Strike v Clothesline. This is probably a skip. Our deck works perfectly fine. Rupture is something to consider, maybe.
I totally agree that this is a skip. I will take a second to say that one of the reasons that we spent that potion there is because when you have 3 potions, every potion is worth way less. Because you might just end the fight and pick up another potion. Yeah, but it's a skip.
Yeah. I think you could make an argument for either Pommel Strike or Rupture here.
If we had extra energy, I would take Pommel Strike, but we don't.
Yeah, I agree. So 366 money, we go Shop, Elite, and then the second Elite.
We could also
shop.
just... Yeah, you're right.
Because we can't come up this path to get the 2 and then this one, there's no cross. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to pitch, but then I saw as you started scrolling up that was not a thing.
Pen Nib's real good.
It is. It's so good though.
I think remove Pen Nib.
Can I pitch something to you?
Of course you can.
Our first turn is so important. And we will always have 2 extra energy going into a boss fight, because there's always a rest before a boss fight. I have recently got very hard on board. That was bad phrasing. The Ancient Tea Set. Because, hover over the Ancient Tea Set for a second. It is, whenever you enter a rest fight, your next combat will start with 2 extra energy. And especially considering our openers can be double tap, uppercut, bash, clash, all of these kinds of things. Or rather, we might want to uppercut and then play out as many skills as possible so then we can double clash. Yeah. I could see Ancient Tea Set being a really good pickup.
So I quite like Ancient Tea Set.
I also think Pen Nib is non-negotiably good.
Yeah, so I like Ancient Tea Set, but here's my logic. Our first turn is very important, yes. But we can manage it so that we have 4 energy anyway, and 4 energy is enough for us to get a really good first turn, typically. Also, we'll probably try and find an energy potion before the final boss fight, which gives us a +2 energy anyway. We're not going to burst the bosses down. It's Donu and Deca. At best, maybe we get like half HP off one of them, even with a perfect Ancient Tea Set turn. Pen Nib is going to allow us to... It's probably going to proc 2 or 3 times for double damage clashes. And I think that actually ends up being more. Also, this helps us in every fight on the way.
I was going to argue for both of them.
I think we remove.
And no card removal.
I think we remove. These basic strikes.
So the Pen Nib, by the way, they really are. The Pen Nib, by the way, is every 10th attack deals double damage, and you get to track that. You can oftentimes just mull around in a fight using worse attacks so that you can make sure that your next fight starts with a double attack. However, when you double attack using double tap, only one of them is affected by the double damage bonus. So it's not like a double tap clash at 9 would be ridiculous. Pen Nib is non-negotiably good here.
Yeah, I think we definitely take Pen Nib. I like Ancient Tea Set, but I don't think... I mean, we do have a rest before this Elite, so it would be +2 energy on that Elite fight. But then we'd only get 2 uses out of it. And I don't know if that's worth the gold, especially with another shop up here.
Can I make one more Devil's Advocacy here?
Yeah, sure. Go nuts.
Secret Weapon. We have a lot of very specifically useful attacks in our deck, and taking a Secret Weapon and we don't have that many upgrade targets, upgrading a Secret Weapon means that, sure, the deck is 1 thicker, but that is a card that you can use to fish for any card you need at the time.
This is true. Secret Weapon is a good card, especially with the upgrade, because it no longer exhausts. But it's all of our money. I think I would rather drop 100 on a removal, get rid of a basic strike, save 100 gold, and look at the final shop. Because the final shop might have Ornamental Fan. It might have Champion's Belt. It might have
Med kit.
dual wield, med kit. Like, there are so many things that could be super useful in that last shop. And I think if we save 100 gold, we'll be able to afford a relic up there. And if not, you know, even Whirlwind would be insanely good in that final shop before the last boss.
Whirlwinds are rare. It only ever costs you like 70, and we'll have that before then. But yes, okay, we can go with the card removal.
And then, as far as removal is concerned, it's just a basic strike, right? Strike. Or do we want to ditch a ghostly armor?
No, it's strike. We are going to need a ghostly armor. We are going to need a ghostly armor sometimes against Zone Decker. I can see when Discord stops broadcasting my voice.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it.
Lame.
So this is a terrible... actually, you know what? This isn't as bad as I thought it was.
Strike one of the thorns, take some damage, and we'll draw cards.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And then we can battle trance. So if we defend, we can clash.
Yep. It's worth noting there is a bug in fast mode at the moment. If you kill an enemy that has thorns, the killing blow will not deal damage to you. It has been confirmed by the devs that this is a bug. The thorns is supposed to deal damage to you, even if you're using it to get the killing blow.
So if I double tap dropkick, I get my 2 energy back. We do take 6 damage, but I get my 2 energy back, and then I can defend, clash.
Yep. It's worth noting now 1 clash will kill the damaged spiker as well.
Actually, you'll find that the double tapped clash will kill that one.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't dictating an order. I was just saying that 1 single clash will do that.
So... Is there anything...
Ghost?
I'm just wondering if there's anything...
It's got to be, like... Anything that you want to headbutt back to the top of the deck, not when you've got an uppercut clash.
Well, I mean, we can play both, because we had Happy Flower, so we had 4 energy. It's just
the enemy's just lost all of its artifacting. Put the uppercut back to the top of the deck. Because it's got a multi-attack next turn, and it's 10/2, so we can actually negate 6 of the damage by having the weakness applied.
Yeah, I can get behind that. We have pen nib as well, so uppercut is a good pen nib target. Metallicize on top, uppercut, defend, clash.
We should have the kill. Uppercut, clash kills.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, we need to defend.
We'll get there.
We also could have done the strike there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Those 2 block potions we need to exhaust in pretty much any elite fight. Like, if they save us even 8 HP, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes! Snap pick. Come on. There's no argument you made on that. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure you weren't getting super excited over a bloodletting or something stupid, but yeah, no. Whirlwind plus.
We just turned down a bloodletting earlier. It is worth noting that because we don't have a bunch of extra energy courtesy of relics, Whirlwind is a little worse than it typically is, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Still 24 damage to everything. It's an attack.
Usually we have vulnerability applied.
Yeah. So... what do we hit with our upgrade here?
There's only 2 cards we actually need to upgrade, and it's Warcry and Jax, because Warcry allows you to dig for the combo pieces if you want to play in the same hand, and Jax has a consistent over-the-time bonus, whereas all of the other ones just get like a small damage bonus to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we probably go for Warcry first, for the dig.
Sure. Because
we are lacking that card draw. Hey, Nemesis. Oh!
Alright, well, Jax. See what we draw after the Jax before we double tap it. But
I wasn't... yeah, I don't know. I think it's double tap uppercut.
I mean, we had to play Jax before we could clash anyway, so I don't think we were going to get away without playing Jax first.
Yeah.
it is probably just double tap the uppercut. Make sure that the enemy is going to be weakened on the turn when they try a big hit. Double tap uppercut and then use a block potion. It's a shame we can't get the clash out here, but you know, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April and shot down in May.
Yeah. So I played.
That is also a really good move that you. There you go.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I played the Whirlwind there for... It was a double-tapped Whirlwind for 0 energy. Did 0 damage, but increased our pen nib by 2 counters. So.
Yeah. That's also something to keep in mind whenever you have Kunai, Shuriken, or the Ornamental Fan, rather.
So we're just digging for defensive options here.
It really doesn't matter what you put back on top of the deck because you're about to draw it. We'll use Dropkick for...
It's 1 damage.
It's not about the damage, it's about the extra card draw.
I wanted to keep these. I knew there was a headbutt and clash in here.
Hey, why didn't you do 2 damage on that turn with just 2 attacks?
It's 2 damage. Does it really matter? So this is uppercut, defend, clash, right?
Chat, please tell Lollash that he's wrong about that.
Don't ostracize me.
I'm not gonna ostracize you, my dude.
Alright, so...
yeah, we use a block potion here.
Drop the other block potion, take 6. We're still healing to full after this fight. So...
We only want to use 1 attack this turn, though.
Yeah, we're definitely not double tapping.
Whirlwind. So next turn, we have the benefit of 4 energy, plus we've also got the pen nib active, and the enemy is still weakened. So we're just looking at, like, can we get a clash or something like that? We can. Just defend and then clash for the kill. There we go. I knew there was going to be another clash 1 deeper, so I knew we were going to still be clashing.
Oh, really? Uh-huh. Yep. Right, Rhapsody.
Pantograph at the start of each... Sorry? You go.
I was just going to say, Pantograph is an excellent relic. One of my favorite relics in the game. It basically stops you from having to use the last campfire as a rest site. Plus 25 HP before you fight the boss, which is nice. Skipperino?
I'm trying to think if there's any argument to be made for a second. I don't think there is.
I think it's just below. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, if you take a second copy of a card that you're not really... Well, I mean, you are bloating the deck, but what you're really doing is increasing the consistency of drawing that card. So if that card is important to you, then sure, but it's too expensive to be super important to us.
So this is double tap drop kick because it's free.
Yeah. Let's do that first.
And we can target one of the little guys if we want to.
Sure. I think we'll be in this fight for long enough that that's going to be important because we haven't got a second clash in here.
Yeah, but we might get there.
But we didn't.
I think it's still battle trance.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, we didn't even get the second clash at all. I think we ghostly...
We put the ghostly on top of the deck for next turn because there's a chance that we'll get hit by this guy for a lot of damage. And then we probably metallicize, defend, something. Do we uppercut? This is a tricky turn, actually, because we could metallicize, defend, attack, clash, or like hemokinesis clash for a lot of damage. But then the vulnerable goes away, and both uppercut and thunderclap are in the discard pile.
What's in our draw?
2 clashes.
We've got a whirlwind in there. Yeah, we go with the uppercut on the main target. Awesome.
And then hemo him means we
could hemo him, or we could just kill the other target, prevent it from hitting us for 9.
It dies to whirlwind next turn, right?
If we draw it, but yeah, I agree. We'll go with the hemo on it.
So we ghostly whirlwind, which kills them both anyway, and then we can clash the main guy.
Yep. Good kill.
Strength potion is nice because we have the whirlwind now. And this is a skip.
Hard pass.
Yep. And we've got the pen nib for our first turn next as well. Ooh, Vajra. +1 strength at the start of each combat is quite solid. And we're going the shop route, yes?
Yeah. We're only going to be relying on it to discard a card from our deck, but we'll see what it does. Obviously, Jax first. Warcry, and then just put any skill we draw back on top of the deck. Goodbye, Metallicize. And blow the enemy up. It's not going to kill them because this enemy does have 3, but it's still pretty good. The rest of our deck does have all of the... Yeah, double tap back. I was about to say, the rest of our deck does have all of our skills, so we can't guarantee that we can be able to cast those clashes when we get them back in there. Kinesis strike.
I was just trying to decide whether it was worth losing the hit points. I think it was. This is a hard defend turn, right? Not that we get huge amounts of block, but 17 block is better than nothing.
Yep. That's 17 better than none.
Got a battle trance.
Uppercut, drop kick, defend
clash.
Yeah. We do have to use the drop kick before we use the defend, unfortunately. Oh wait, right, we'd already stopped all of future
battle
draw.
trance, yeah.
Fine. Yeah. Got about no, pen nib we have active.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Was we actually have pen nib active, so there's we don't want to play Whirlwind. And this should be the kill.
Yep.
And a weak potion. This is also a skip, yes?
Yes. 100%.
Good, we're in agreement. Look at us being in agreement all the time. I think this deck is just super agreeable.
It is.
Double tap, uppercut, clash. Or double tap, clash, uppercut? Probably.
Well, I mean, we're probably we don't need to double tap both of the clashes because one of those clashes is. Oh wait, hang on. We still haven't got Jax yet.
No.
Damn.
That's right. One of the clashes is enough to kill the Spiker.
Should do that.
Ew. It interrupted it. The second clash didn't go off because we took damage, Centennial Puzzle drew cards, and we got to defend. So the second clash didn't go off.
Oh shit!
It misfired.
That's awesome!
That's not awesome.
I hate it, but that's mechanically awesome.
Alright, so...
don't use that on that. That's just another 6 damage we don't... Yeah, exactly. Set up the... So.
10 is not enough. So we probably headbutt him, clash him.
Yep.
Put the double tap back on top.
Yep.
Clash the Spiker to get rid of him. And then we don't mind if we lose 2 more HP.
Not at all. Hemo's fine.
And that was an odd turn. I've never seen that interaction before. That's a first for me. So we have to battle trance first. Jax.
It reminds me of other things. Like if you havoc a clash, doesn't work. If you havoc an attack in a turn when you're entangled, it doesn't work. If you double tap an attack and Time Eater interrupts you in between the 2 attacks from the double tap, it doesn't work. It's really annoying.
Just
clash the backline.
Yeah, I suppose so. I was tempted to kill this guy from full because we had a really big attack, but that's okay. We Warcry, we put... It doesn't matter because we're about to battle trance. Okay, Ghostly Armor.
If you headbutt strike, you deal 22 damage, and then the Whirlwind will get the effect of the pen nib. So it will deal 16, 16, 32. So you actually kill. Headbutt, strike, Whirlwind.
It's only 9, but that's still good enough because we get 44 damage out of this. Just whether or not we're willing to take 12 more damage, and I think that's fine, given how much we
won't take it though because of the current bug in the game.
You're a cheater, Rhapsody. You just made me cheat.
Look, I did a whole run with that malaise bug, and I felt bad the entire time. My whole had to console me, like, it's okay if you use a bug once.
Alright, this is a skip, yes?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, every time.
I used to agree with every time. If this deck wasn't so ridiculous, then I wouldn't. But it is.
This is just 44 damage to everything. Sorry, 64 damage to everything.
It is good, but we did lose a lot of HP there.
That's alright.
Let's get below half.
Yeah,
we only need to take 6 more damage.
We've got Pantograph. Damn
Immolate the burn.
Burns! Oh, we can immolate it.
If we immolate the burn and play Metallicize, then we can guarantee that we take those 6 damage.
Yeah, but do we want
next turn?
Do we want to?
Yeah.
We could just kill him.
Yeah, we can also just not do that. It's also good to use our lower damage attack first, like drop kick, because we're getting extra charges on the Pendant.
Yeah, that's true.
Although we have no way not to kill him now, so just...
Champion Bell!
That's so good, because it's whenever you apply vulnerability, also apply weak, that is going to trigger with the bag of marbles. However, it is worth noting that when you use Champion Belt to apply 2 different things at the same time, if the vulnerability doesn't apply due to artifacting, weakness doesn't apply. So it doesn't take 2 charges of artifacting off an enemy, only 1.
Yeah, which is sadness. Combust v Disarm plus v... Well, that was quick.
It has to be, though, because we're up against Donu and Decker and they have the multi-attack. You disarm one of them, you kill the other one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I can get behind a disarm here. And it's a play once, get it out of your deck, which is good.
Exactly.
Jaxarino.
I think it's a double defend, double tap a clash.
I think you're right. I don't like it, though.
Which one do you want to kill first?
Back bro?
Yep. I think we can afford to go with the enemy that has the higher amount of HP because we'd be able to deal 33 as easily as we would be able to deal 30.
So this is bash drop kick.
Hope we don't draw a... Fuck.
That's right. We can still strike him to remove him.
Yeah.
Just means we're going to take 13 damage.
13 more damage than I wanted to take here.
You have to remember as well that we have...
If we use a single ghostly armor, we'll only take an 11 damage this turn, and that'll into range to heal with a meat on the bone.
Okay. I'm definitely...
Oh, yeah, I mean, we're just drawing it again.
Yeah,
sure.
we're going to be drawing.
Sorry.
Burns. You're the worst. So we probably Thunderclap.
Thunderclap, Strike, Whirlwind. It does a little less damage, but it gets you an extra charge on the pen nib. We could Hemo, but
strike
that's
Hemo
an HP
Whirlwind.
loss.
Yeah, but we're going to heal a bunch. We have Pantograph for before the boss as well, remember?
It's true, but that is worth noting that that happens outside of combat, I believe.
We're only 2 HP below our halfway point, so... Now, Whirlwind is 33 damage.
If we use the strength potion, we can kill.
Yeah.
We could also use the poison pote. We could have decided whether or not to use strength or poison.
I think the strength is
6
better.
damage either way.
I think the strength is
Strength
better.
is better, so we should have maintained the strength.
What do you mean? No, I think the strength is better.
I kept it.
I think the strength is better to use now because the poison is a way for us to remove a debuff against Donu and Decker. If we draw like Disarm in our opening hand or Uppercut in our opening hand, we want to apply those debuffs directly. And I honestly think that applying the debuff is probably more valuable than the strength bonus.
Sure, but the weakness potion does the exact same thing. Paper Frog, enemies with vulnerability take 75 more damage, which works perfectly with our deck. We have a lot of ways of playing vulnerability.
Yeah, we do. And then we've got a Metallicize plus, Twin Strike plus, Iron Wave plus.
I would personally pass, but I can see the play of taking a metallic fight.
So, I think, like, passing is a fine option. The deck is working.
Yeah.
Metallicize and Twin Strike are both interesting. We now have Vajra, which means we start with a +1 strength, which makes Twin Strike more valuable, especially in combination with Jax, right? It's a much more powerful basic attack. Metallicize gives us that little bit of extra defense to tide us over, because we are going to take lots of hits from Donu and Decker.
Yeah.
So I think both of those are valid options. And I think that skip is also a valid option. Where do you come down?
In a deck of 22 cards where we're guaranteed our double tap in our opening hand, so important that we open with a ridiculous amount of damage, and we've seen how well that works for us in the past. I think putting anything in the deck that doesn't directly contribute to that is a rough call.
So Twin Strike directly contributes to that.
It does.
It's also a very heavy-hitting attack for Donu and Decker, and we do need to race Donu and Decker pretty hard. You think we put a Twin Strike in?
I would not be dissatisfied with it, but I personally wouldn't have done it.
With Jax active, it's a 22 damage attack for 1 energy. I think I'm going to take it. I think it's just too good to pass up. And we have Panachi.
Hop, hop, hop! Come on! Bottle Flame! Guarantee our opening hand a little bit more. We do not play 5 cards in every turn.
But it's Panachi! Alright, so which attack do we want to pop into? We're taking Bottle Flame, by the way, which means that we can pick an attack that starts in our opening hand. What are we adding?
I think it has to be a Clash.
You think?
I mean, if we put Thunderclap in there, then we can guarantee on the first turn that all of their debuffing is gone, and that for the turn after, they are vulnerable and weak. But that's like a little bit low on the damage side of things.
I was thinking Thunderclap because we have guaranteed double tap, so it's like playing Thunderclap twice. We have Champion's Belt, so that's 2 vulnerable, 2 weak.
No, it's not. So we're going to go into the fight. They have 2 artifacting each. Immediately, Bag of Marbles will remove 1. Champion Belt does not trigger because we did not apply vulnerability, so the second artifacting does not disappear. So then you use double tap Thunderclap. You remove another charge of artifacting. Again, Champion Belt does not trigger. And then the second one applies a vulnerability, and that applies a weak. So you get 1 stack of vulnerability and weak on each of them.
It's still real good.
It is, but I'm just going to make that interaction clear.
Yeah. I think it's a Thunderclap.
I could totally see that. It's just I weep every time we get an opening hand that has a double clap, but it has no clashes.
We have 3 clashes in the deck. We have multiple ways to draw. I think we're likely to get a clash. I'm going to take the Thunderclap here. And then the final campfire...
I'm not sad about this.
Is probably Jax?
Jax. Yeah. Upgrading that Thunderclap would only be upgrading it by
2 damage.
Whereas the Jax upgrades everything by 1.
Yeah.
No, Thunderclap goes from 4 to 7.
Oh, was it 4 to 7? I thought it was 4 to 6.
4 to 7. So you can see they only lost 1 charge of Disarm.
Yeah, so we're going to double tap. We're going to Thunderclap.
It's negated, and then they get 1 play each.
We disarm Decker with our last
Yes,
energy.
because Decker is always the second one kill.
Yep, because Decker does all of the strength
whirlwind.
buffs. Yeah, and that gives us Pen Nib next turn as well. Because we still have double tap.
Decker benefits from the strength buffs. Donu does the strength buffs.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I had it all twisty in my head.
We probably also should have applied the poison to Donu last round, because there's no reason not to.
And then weaken Decker this turn.
Yeah.
So this is Ghostly Armor Defend Metallicize Clash, right? and
yeah,
throw in
I
a
also
twin
want
strike?
to headbutt something back to the top of the deck. Do these guys? Do you know if they put the dazed into our draw pile or our discard pile?
They
I
go into
missed
our
that.
discard.
Okay, put the double tap back in your draw with the headbutt after this.
No twin strike?
Obviously, clash first because it does. I mean, I don't think so. I think we've still got 2 clashes in our deck, and if we're ever going to play them, we've got 1 clash. Sorry. If we're ever going to play them, it's going to be, you know,
I think double
because
tap
they're
into the
not gonna
deck
be
is
playable
correct.
It also accelerates our next pen nib. Oh! We have lost damage already this fight. So Jax, we can Jax and then Warcry safely without drawing Garbo trash shit.
We want to put the strike back on top of our deck and defend a little bit here. Because we're going to double tap both of the clashes.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to be dealing 88 damage here, which is good. It's like decent. It's like reasonable.
Can't really complain about that.
I mean, I could if I tried. So sad about that whirlwind.
I mean, it is 36 to both.
It is, well, it's 20 to both.
Yeah, because they have the block up. I think it's probably bash, drop kick, hemo.
Yep. We need to focus on getting one of them down before dealing damage to both. If we had, like, more energy, sure, I would be all about that weapon play, but
we need to get
drop a whirlwind.
Yeah, we need to get Donu out the way so that we can focus. Because I think if we're just going into Deca, I think that even if we can't play our clashes, we're okay. This is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So, Twin Strike is 44. Immolate is 28 to both. This would go down to 22 damage. So that would be 50, which would
is
kill
fine.
him.
So you immolate first.
Yep. Oh, he was vulnerable from last turn.
Delicious.
Alright, I think this is going to be a win, Raps.
Woo! Good. Here I was worried.
Ghostly uppercut thunderclap?
We definitely do want an uppercut. Oh, do we? No, this guy does attack 2 times in a row, so we do want an up.
I mean, you could make the argument
We can
thunderclap
break them.
defend because of Champion's Belt.
That's what I was going to consider, but I want the vulnerability applied next turn, and those are our 2 best vulnerability appliers.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have to battle trance first.
Have to battle.
Now we're filled with the sadness.
We can double tap the drop kick just for a bunch of extra energy.
And then we can uppercut after that.
Mm-hmm.
For a bunch of damage and a bunch of debuffs. And then we can
Probably headbutt the double tap back to the top. Because we've still got Hemo in there. We've got we've got the Twin Strike. We've got a lot of things that as soon as we double tap them, we just win. It's also worth noting we only need to use 1 attack before a... Oh yeah, we win.
Yeah, so this is just Ghostly Armor, defend, double tap, clash... I mean, they're equal damage, right? Doesn't matter which one we play.
Yeah.
We just win. Alright, Raps.
Okay, so it is worth noting, it's technically not equal damage, despite the fact that it's 11 times 2 and 22, because vulnerability rounds in a weird way.
Yeah.
So your 50% extra typically does just a little less, so doubling 22 is better than doubling 11.
It's a terrible score. Aggressive decks like this always
It's a
get
horrible
terrible
score.
scores because...
They really do. That's something that I've always had a concern about in this game, because losing HP is a large negative modifier to things. Like, you're not perfecting bosses, you're not perfecting elites or anything like that. And a lot of Ironclad strategies are built around the idea of losing HP. That's why his base relic is gain 6 at the end of every combat.
Yeah. This was the most vanilla score screen I've seen in forever. No Librarian, no Curioso, no Glutton. Like, we don't even have Poopy. We got nothing. Nothing, Rhapsody. But hey...
We could have had Poopy.
We could have. We're taking a curse early. All right, well, hey, solid run. Really solid run. That's 5 from 5.
Hell yeah, my dude.
All right.
Well done.
Well.
Oh, right, it's my outro, of course.
It's your channel,
my name
mate.
is Rhapsody. I know it is. Look, I'm watching you play the game. It's easy to understand what I get. Hopefully I don't cut out because of Discord here. My name is Rhapsody. His name is Lollash. The name of the series and the game is How to Beat. And the game itself is Slay the Spire. There's a link in the description down below to pick up the game. I heavily advise that you do. While you are hearing this, the game is currently on sale for 20% off on Steam to celebrate the Lunar New Year. So go pick it up for like, I think $16.50 or USD or your regional equivalent. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content on this game, past, present, and future, as well as my solo content, as well as Lollash's Twitch TV channel where you can see him play this, Stationeer, and Long War. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.